Hey guys, Evan's here at Seeing You Fit,
Sean.
and super excited to talk about the grind, I would like to call it, or just hard work and success. And this video is actually birthed out of a conversation I had with Sean last week. I think it was Friday. And then I had a similar conversation with my wife, Dana, later on in the day. That night I was just cooking some food and prepping for the week and the weekend, and we just started talking about how success, whether it's in fitness or any area of life, it is not necessarily easy. So we're going to relate it directly to weight loss, weight gain. We're big on metabolism here and those kind of different things, but it's not easy, and honestly it's not supposed to be easy. I think there's a mindset out there for some reason that I tried, so before I get all revved up, because this is like a passion point for me, I'm actually going to talk a little bit, because we always talk about Sean, and he has a great physique, and we always say he always says, well, I have good genetics. It's 50% genetics and 50% hard work. And so that's his mantra. I don't have that 50% genetics, so I'll get in on the back end. But maybe talk a little about what is this hard work you always mention or talking about.
Yeah, so I like how he remembers all my cliche quotes. But yeah, 50% hard work, 50% genetics. But it's really about 90% hard work and 10% genetics. If you really get down to it, because people coming up to me all the time like, oh man, you have a great physique. How long does it take you to get that? And I'm like, all my life. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, playing sports, and then even up to my college days, I think I took like 2-3 years off, and I lost a little bit of weight. And I know everybody looks at me now and say, you're already little, but I was littler. I was a very
littler. Nice.
I was even more little than I was. But
smaller.
Yeah, I was smaller, yes. But yeah, I really had to put the work in to get this physique. I grind 6 days a week, sometimes 7. If you don't believe me, ask Shanae. She'll tell you I'm in the weight room 6 days a week, and it's not a hobby for me. I do it because I love to. I do it because I want to. I do it because I feel like it completes me and it completes my day. It's just like brushing my teeth. Who forgets to do that? But so then people, they don't understand that. They can get. They always ask, well, how can I get this body in X amount of hours or X amount of days, or can I look like you in 3 months? Can I look like you in a year? And I'm like, well, then what does that mean to me when I put in 3 years and I put in 4 years of work, for the last 6 days a week, 3 years?
Yeah, so I'll help him out here. Hey, Gene, and hey, Lynn. No, he's not chewing gum. It's just the way he talks. It's about the mindset of success, and when you put a lid on it, when you put a price that, hey, I'm willing to pay only this price, understand that your results are limited to the price you're willing to pay. So it's whatever the price is, is what I'm willing to pay to get the goal that I truly desire, versus the idea that, well, if I do this minimum, can I get this maximum? And the reality is that you can't get it in a short period of time. I mean, it may take you a decade at a short amount of intervals to get a goal that someone else can get in a year or two, because they've compressed that time. The other component is momentum. You have momentum in your favor when you're consistently working towards your goals, versus sporadically working at it or gauging your success too soon. We were just talking today about workout design, and we're blessed, we have new clients coming on, and we were talking about how the first thing they need to learn is just how to move properly. So within your first, within the first maybe 3 months, you can't even gauge your success. You may look and go, oh, well, I lost 5, 6, 10 pounds maybe. For those who've done better, God bless you, that's awesome. But, you can't gauge your success on such a small linear component. It's kind of like looking at teaching a child how to read and go, well, I've been reading for 3 months, how comes I'm not fully literate? Well, I've been reading for like 30 something years. You know what I mean? And still there's words in the vocabulary that I'm learning on a consistent basis, and that's how fitness is. It's a work that you put towards it on a consistent basis, day in and day out, if you want elite levels of success. Now, if you don't want elite level success, then that's fine. You put in less work, but what I just want to get the message out there is that it's going to take hard work. There is no miracle meal plan. There's no miracle pill you can eat. There's no miracle drink you can drink. They sell a lot of crazy stuff on the internet and out there, but the reality is it just takes discipline. And yes, some people come to the table with a better genetic or better health situation, but irrespective of what your health is, irrespective of what your genetics is, if you will be consistent, I can't tell you how long it's going to be for you, but if you'll be consistent, you're going to get the results. And I had this conversation with my wife. It must have been 9:30, 10 o'clock. I already worked 12 hours that day, and I'm at home cleaning chicken and prepping my meals for the next day because we were out of food on Saturday. And I remember I shot a video, or on Friday, I shot a video about what do you do, Well, I went grocery shopping that day. That's what I did. Therefore, the next day wouldn't be an epic fail as well. So it's just making those disciplines, and that may mean you have to sleep an hour less. It may mean you may have to readjust some priorities, but you don't have to like take over your world. But honestly, if you worked out 3 days a week for 45 minutes a day, how much of that your life is that? Even if it was an hour, that's 3 hours out of a full week. I think there's like 124 or 128 hours in a week. That's not even like a tenth of your week. So it's a very, very small interval of time that you have to do. Now, when it comes to looking at success, understand that it never happens in convenience. So there's going to be a ton of opportunities of inconvenience where it's like, man, but this is coming up. But man, I'm really tired. Or your body and your goals don't care if you're tired or not. So it doesn't matter if you're tired. The price is you can't go to the soda machine and put 90 cents in and go, look, I'm a little short. Can you give me the water? No, you got to put the dollar in if you want the water out. And that's how your results are. You have to pay the price. So one of the things that help people develop the mental toughness to be consistent and do the hard work is associations. So just be mindful as you're making this decision to say, I'm going to maximize my health and I'm going to make a lifestyle of fitness. You start surrounding yourself. You start investing your mindset in people that are thinking that thought process. Because if you don't surround yourself around people with that same mindset, then all you have is a bunch of like false starts. You started for 6 months and you fell off. You started for 3 months, you fell off. You started for this time and you fell off because you didn't surround yourself with people that have a same mindset. So that's huge. Association is really big. I'm big into reading, so you read a bunch of personal development and growth books. Today with technology, you have Pinterest, you have Facebook, you have YouTube. And not that all this stuff is accurate, but it keeps your mind in a certain zone. It means you may have to say no to some things. I just finished reading the book, The One Thing, and it talked about, to say yes to some things, you have to say no to others. So if you're going to say yes to your health and fitness, if you're going to say yes to your lifestyle, if you're going to say yes to being disease-free or being comfortable with your body and your body image, then that means you have to say no sometimes to the barbecue. It means you have to say no to, the convenience. We're about to go into the holiday season, and for 2 months straight, there's food that are decadence only. Hey, I'm not saying you can't enjoy some of it, but you cannot enjoy all of it and expect to have the body composition you want come January 1. Today is literally Monday, but if you're watching this video 3 days from now, today is your Monday. And you have to say, yes, I'm going to start today versus waiting for next week, because next week is not on the calendar. Someday is not on the calendar. Soon is not on the calendar. So you say, today is the day. I draw my line in the concrete, not even in the sand, so the wind can blow it. Right in the concrete, I set it, and I'm going to shoot towards this goal. And when people ask you, what are you doing? Don't tell them you're trying. Tell them I've made a decision to take care of my health. I've made a decision to be healthier, and I'm supporting that decision with action today. And as you continually speak in that mindset, and you continue to put that work in, you start developing the skills. Again, you're not looking for perfection out the door. You're not looking to lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds or 70 pounds out the door. What you're looking to do is start a habit that you can sustain. I love it. We have a client, Rob Carter, who's down over 70 plus pounds this year, and is awesome. You know, and everybody wants, oh, what special workout is he doing? He's not doing a special workout, but the man has a work ethic that's second to none. I think I cannot match his work ethic with any other person right now in our studio with his consistency day in and day out. I mean, you come in here Sunday, he's in here. I literally had to have a conversation and say, okay, you're down 70 pounds. You know, you got some goals to build some mass. We got to decrease the volume of cardio. But he was very, very consistent. He was dogmatic. But he added probably 10 years to his life. You know, and it's like, are you willing to put 7 months in to give you 10 years of better quality life? And because he made that decision, man, he's not only an example to others of his peers, but he's an example to generations of, hey, you can do it too. And I mean, no one's pressuring him. He's not getting anything. He just said, this is the way I live and this is the new me. And he's just consistent to a point where it's just his thing. You know, so I highly recommend, you know, you putting that work ethic in it. You don't compromise your price and you just pay the price consistently. But instant success is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be, oh, I tried it real quick. I mean, I had somebody the other day and they were upset with me, you know, because we don't do like 3-week plans. We don't do 6 months. We do 6 months, but we don't do these short-term agreements. And the reality is, you know, the reason why we don't, because we know your mindset doesn't change short term. You know, you're not going to get the results that our clients have. You know, big kudos to Lynn who's on here, but Lynn is never going to have to worry about a back problem ever again. Why? Because for the last year and some change, she's been consistent. She doesn't even think about her back anymore, and she's super duper healthy. The other Lynn on here, which is pretty cool, is down over like 30 pounds or 20-something pounds. She looks younger now than I saw the pictures of her in her 20s and 30s, you know, and she looks awesome. And the reason why? Day in, day out, you know, and she's at two times a week, just consistent. Follow her meal plan to a point where it's second nature, and that's just the way she lives. And they get to drink their wine, they get to have a good time, they get to go out, they get to do all those kind of things, but they develop the lifestyle. So when we say for fitness is a lifestyle, it's not just a cute tag, it's not just kind of like, oh, it's popular, it's a lifestyle, it's faddish. No, it's the way you live. And even if you're at a situation where you only have 1 or 2 days a week, which I wouldn't recommend one day, but even if you only have 2 days a week, you grind out those 2 days every single week. And you don't compare your opportunity and to someone else's. Someone else may have the structure in their life. For me, that means, Evans, you have to wake up a little earlier because right now I work at least 12 hours a day. I mean, I'm here, it's 6 something now, and I was here at 7 o'clock or before 7 o'clock this morning. You know, so, and that's a regular day. Today's kind of early day. I'm excited about it. I go home after this video. But it's a normal thing, you know, until, you know, we add a little bit more to our staff. But I don't complain about it. We just pay our price. Because if we plan to win, we pay the price that we have to pay. Because when we enjoy that body or that success or that vacation or that trip or whatever success looks like to you, you know you've earned it. You know, so I just wanted to share that because it was so cool. We're having this conversation and Sean's like, man, I can't relate, you know, to someone else who maybe has like all the challenges I have in my body or you know, or a history of this, you know, but, you know, I'm convicted. Can they relate to my work ethic? You know, and I mean, it just set me on fire. I was like, wow, that's epic. Because if you have the same work ethic, the same discipline, the same diligence, the same hard work, you know, and it's one thing to show up and kind of give 50%. It's something to show and push yourself every single time. And every time you go after it. If you're doing that the way he does it, you know, then you're going to get results. And I can honestly say now, after all the people we've been blessed to be able to work with, I sincerely doubt if you have that kind of training and discipline plan over time, if your body's not going to transform. You know, of course, a part of that discipline has to be nutrition, because if you don't have his genetics, you're going to have to eat like me. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, you know? So I weigh and measure everything. Everything's calculated. You know, even my kids know. If I'm not putting it on a scale, they're like, is it a free day? You know, and they're 9 and 10. They know the deal. You know, so if it's not a free day, it's being weighed and measured because I need that accountability to ensure I get the physique that I really want. You know, I have to stay disease free. I have to keep myself long term because I have a family and I have people that we love that we want to constantly take care of. And so does everybody else out there as well. So I want to share that. It's not supposed to be, and that's the reason why there is that small percentage. Remember, as we look at disease process and obesity today, that 3/4 of America is either overweight or obese. More than a third of America is obese, and 1 in 3 Americans die from cardiovascular disease. 1 in 8 people die from cancer. And we know fat is very inflammatory, and we know high insulin and those disease processes all are like tied into the same loop. So with 1 in 8 people that are African American with diabetes, with high blood pressure and all these other cardiovascular disease growing every single day, it's incumbent upon us to use the knowledge that we have access to take care of our health today so we can live and see tomorrow. Because remember, tomorrow's not promised to anybody, but we want to be good stewards of the bodies that we have. So just wanted to share that. It got me all revved up, you know, and I was super excited about it. But I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm deciding to lean out. And, my check-in. I said I was going to tell you my results so far. My calories are still up at like 25, 60. Halfway through the week, I did bump up an extra 100 calories. I was getting a little hungry. So I did 100 calories, but I'm down. I dropped down to 196.8. I started at 201.4, and I'm just in week 1. So I think most of that is a little bit of water weight, potentially. I changed going into the week. My meal plan is going to stay the same till about Wednesday. And then I'm going to start calorie cycling just about 20% plus or minus day to day after Wednesday. So I'll still net out that same 2,500 calories or so and see what my body is next week. But I've been hyper consistent with my cardio component. And for me to add that in, that means I have to show up to work a little bit early. So pretty excited about what's going on and pretty diligent. And I just love it. I think winning is what you got to do, and you just have to make up your mind that your health and your well-being and your quality of life is worth making that effort to do. So excited to share with you guys. Again, I'm Evans here at Senior Fed.
I'm Sean. Hold on. Before we go, you know, he gave away all these facts and numbers and statistics. I have a quote, you know. Success is the only place, the dictionary is the only place you can find success before work.
Yes. So in the dictionary is the only place you can find success before work, and that is so true. So besides that, you gotta put it in, and you're gonna get the results that you really want. So I'm really excited about you guys sitting in and share this post. You know, share it with friends and family, and even the other ones that we do, because our goal is to continue to add value to our community. Again, I'm Evans. This is Sean at Senior Fit. Make sure you make it a great day and stay tuned because we're going to have some pretty cool videos coming up.